Hello everybody, and welcome back to Kirby's Return. Well, Kirby Returns to Dreamland. You might notice the sphere counter is off. You also might notice that the microphone quality is a bit different. I have a new microphone now. I'm still testing with it. I apologize if this is too loud. I'll try and fix it for the next recording. This is just going to be a one-off recorded Kirby episode. And it'll go through everything I've already done in level 3 here. Now, why am I doing it this way? Because I've recorded this once already, but it corrupted, and I didn't notice until today, which, for anyone wondering, is the day this has to come out. So, I need to now do this again. But this is basically the water stage of Kirby. Right here, they're giving us Parasol, and I squandered it. You don't get anything from that. So, I'll just go through without Parasol. I don't exactly need Parasol for anything. I actually really like the music here. It's really cheery and happy, as with most Kirby music. Here is, I believe, where we're introduced to Ice, which is one of my more favorite powers. It's hard to find a power that lets you move as fast and cause as much carnage as Ice does. It's gonna make me really sad if I lose it, because I know I need it. Because Ice also lets you do that, which is basically, it lets you cool off fire blocks. Which, as you could probably imagine, is rather useful. I'm just gonna switch over to Bomb Kirby here, because I believe all we needed Ice for was getting that one up. See if there's anything. There's a couple stars. Now, I'm still going to be trying to show all the spheres here, even though I've got them. And this actually gives me an opportunity to get a few I actually missed. Here the game's giving us Parasol. Might as well use it, because this kind of introduces the fact that Parasol can just kind of flutter down. It can also hurt enemies if they touch the top of it, as I've pointed out before. You can also fall faster if you push down. You don't have to fall that fast. I honestly don't know why I was for so long. Now we want to get this little blue star in here. Of course I'd get bit by one of those things. Oh well. I honestly can't even remember what I ended up saying the first time playing through this. As here we get into Tornado, which I believe we've seen before. I'm still just not a fan of this power. It's hard to control, because you're constantly moving. And, well, sometimes it honestly just feels like this power has a mind of its own. But the reason they give it to you is... Whoa, oh no, that could have been bad. It's basically right here. Just makes getting up through here a lot easier. Right here is actually another power. Is Spear Kirby. I actually went through quite a bit of this game before realizing that that B gives you a power. And in my opinion, it's not one of the most productive powers. It's fairly hard to control, but, you know, it's the one wielded by Waddle Dee in the playable characters, so you just gotta love it. Right there gets us this little challenge to get what would normally be a sphere. Now it's only a 5 thing. Effectively, you just run really fast, because those things won't stay out for long. Well, I suppose it's a 10-star thing. Okay. Yeah, that's the first sphere for this stage. I'm going to grab ice, not just because he hurt me. Yeah, the explosion will hurt you, but it never hurts anything else. That's always slightly bothered me. Because, I mean, if it hurts you, I mean, that hurts you, but, you know, it hurts enemies too. Whoa, that almost hurt. Here we get the introduction to a really fun power of Snowball Kirby. We basically turn into a giant snowball that just smashes everything up. And it's just a joy to use, as with all of these powers, really. And should you ever lose any of these powers, you can get them back through... Ow. Just going back to where the enemy was. I just love this power. It's just so fun to use. And they do some rather creative things with this power later in the game that I also really love. I will spoil one. We will be bowling with Kirby at some point. I mean, that could just be expected when I say they're going to do some creative things with it. And right there is our dimensional door. Back through here, collect the stuff, and then hop in. Just hoping I'd get both parts of him. This one is effectively just figure out what all you need to suck up to succeed, and then press the button and wait. For the most part. And you'll get in cases like that where it's figure out what you need to hit, or what you need to jump over, and time it properly. And I just really wish it didn't involve so much just waiting around. And that one-up is just a trap. You can't duck down through that platform. So you either need to be really fast, or, well, you'll probably die to it. Yeah, that's actually a move I don't think I've ever shown off. Is Kirby's kind of ducking slide dash thing. Phew, just made it. For this, I'll use Tornado. I don't much like it, but I'm not really going to get much other chances to use it. I may actually end up swapping it out for something at some point during this fight. I mean, Tornado deals good damage. I can't really argue that. It's just so annoying to use. And yes, I did just collect one of those two. And then went back and collected the other. But that would be our 3 spheres for this stage. This episode might end up actually going a little long because it just occurred to me, due to my explaining so many things at the very beginning, we're about halfway through a normal episode and only done 1 stage. So it might go a little long. It also just occurred to me that you guys might be hearing a bit of after sound. So I shall fix that. I forgot to turn off my preview from testing the microphone. Luckily I turned the microphone preview back off. Well, let's just move right along to level 2. I didn't actually go and look up where I missed a sphere, so I still probably missed the same one. I think I know where I missed it, but I honestly can't remember. Once again, it just kind of has that little happy music that almost sounds like it's for like a shopping channel or something. Push these blocks. Ow. Grab sword. I don't quite mind getting hit there because there's a hot dog right there, and hey, hot dogs are nice. I'm not actually the biggest fan of sword underwater, but this is one of the easiest ways to show it. All of your attacks underwater will be that kind of slow spin, which does mean that your underwater attack with sword is really short, at least comparatively. There, we can get some cherries. Ow. I was trying to just grab Leaf there. But I'll take sword back. Because it's here, I'm going to take Spark, and I want to kind of... Ooh, no, I'll show this off. This is Crash. We charge it up, and then we explode on everything. It always kind of makes me feel bad using that with the little sleep enemies around. We do lose the power after using it. I probably should have saved it for this, but... It always makes me feel bad with the sleep enemies there. I can. Ow. Yeah, you'll notice that kind of bounces back and forth. Can be a nice way to clear out these bosses. Right down there is, I believe, our first sphere. Yeah, by the outline it was a sphere. Ooh, I think I need that. I'm gonna step this way, and I did it again! I need that power, I think. I can't remember. These little freaking sea manatee things need to just go away. Nobody likes them. Well, probably a lot of people like them, they're just not all that helpful. Because they don't give you a power, and they just kind of always get in the way. Underwater sphere acts basically like it would anywhere else. Except you can really only do that thrusting attack. I am really watching out for that sphere I missed. because I really don't want to miss it twice. I think that's what I need Spear for. I think it might actually be under there. Which, yeah, I was actually thinking of the right thing. I was keeping an eye out for that, basically. Yep, here it is. Now, little thing I like doing in this. Release the shark things before you go in. And there is the second energy sphere for this stage. Oh god, the fish are after me. I'm struggling to think of things to say about this stage because that is my big problem with this world, where it is mostly water. There's not a lot of things they can do. This is a fun thing, though. This is the Star Boot thing. I don't know its official name. But you notice what I'm doing here, which is basically just bouncing off of enemies. Yeah, that's something you're gonna need to do to get spheres in some stages. So, it's good to get the practice to do it now. And they do generally tend to give you enough boots. And now I mentioned that we needed to get a sphere. Well, I believe this stage is one of those stages. Crush the water guy. Because up here is a door. Is a door with a sphere in it. Oh god. I just recorded a bit of Paper Mario yesterday. My voice is still a bit bad. That game does bad things to my throat. Well, it's more I do bad things to my throat when I'm recording it. Here's our introduction to these eels. Just, like, eating everything. I think they're properly called unagi eels. I actually don't remember. I just know they're eels and they like to eat things. Along here we can get the cherry. I will also note with this microphone, on top of the volume possibly being too loud, I don't have a pop filter for it yet. There's our next sphere, which I believe is the third one. It's kind of annoying where I can't see what number of sphere it is. But yeah, I don't have a pop filter for this thing yet, so if it sounds bad now, it might not come about November 1st when my pop filter arrives. So just keep that in mind. I mean, I'm not going to try and justify any bad quality, because it'll probably mostly just be coming from me setting everything up wrong. But just something to note. And I got a 6. That's what I get for looking over at the recording. We get 1 star. Well, let's do this next stage. Or should we? No, let's do it. This will just be a longer episode than normal. It's because I did all that explaining. Now, the first sphere... Ah! It's eating me! Kirby doesn't get eaten. Kirby does the eating. I believe it's along one of these side parts. on the these waterfall sections. I think it might be this side. Nope. Just so I can possibly get back over to the other side. Once again, I'm really looking for... No, here's just hammer. I'm really going to be looking for that sphere. With spheres I miss, I will be just going back at the end of the world to get them. But I still really just don't want to miss any spheres, because, I mean... It's missed spheres. You can't miss spheres. I'm just pretty sure it's along one of these forced movement sections. Because that just seems to always be the go-to with game development, of put valuable things along sections where you can't stop moving to look for them. This is just a 1-up by the looks of it. I'm not going to risk hammer for the 1-up because I think I need it for the sphere. If the sphere is actually in there and I've just ignored it twice now, because I remember in my first recording looking in there and going, it's just a 1-up. Yeah, I think I've already missed it. I'm really gonna need to go looking to see where it is. Now, watch the stars. So we got right, left, left. So, that basically tells us we need to go down through here. These little puzzles are kind of nice and can get a little confusing. I mean, they're never terribly difficult, but I've stumbled on them a few times. Sorry about that. I'm just gonna hang on to hammer for as long as I can. If I need water, I'll come back. Partly because, well, hammer can do quite the bit of movement as well. Here's a mini-boss. Now, you can see the destructive power of hammer here. Oop, I missed. But we're set to 3-shot this guy, if I can hit him again. Now, one thing I'll note, anything rock can push down, hammer can as well. So, we don't need to really worry about picking up the rock power. As far as I know. No, we needed it. For right here. The sphere is down there. I am an idiot. And no, we can't just go back and get that power again. I squandered it. It's my fault. I'm so sorry. Oh. Okay, so it's middle, right, middle, left, middle, right. I'm quiet. I was quiet because I was trying to I was doing it back in my head of, wait, did I pick the right path? Because I'm never confident in my decision. Here's the second sphere of the stage. Ow. There we can get the maximum tomato and a cherry right there. There we can get a blue star. If I remember right, there's nearly enough little stars in that area to just outright get a 1-up. Right. Yeah, I was sprinting when I threw away the hammer power. So Kirby does a hammer throw. I believe this is the first moment of one of these powers that is required. Because at some point, there are some of them that you just can't get past. But they were gonna open their mouths. I'm a little bad at timing these things, if you haven't already noticed. I'm bad at timing in general, but... yeah, these things actually, when I first played this game, they legitimately creeped me out. You can see that Mega Fire can also burn through ropes. Regular Fire can't burn through ropes, but Mega Fire can. And I missed them. I might just ignore these ones. They're just stars. I should have waited for this to come up, so I could clear out those as well. Oh, looks like I got one of those things anyway. Here is the moment where I'm pretty sure you need the firepower. I mean, you could probably tank that, but I can't really see any other way of getting through there. Right here, we burn the squiddy. And now we enter into this little dimensional door, which is, of course, the water-based one. Where Kirby's time as an Olympic swimmer actually gets to pay off. I totally intended for that to happen. The, ow. First shark dude I ate to hit the second shark dude there. This is a moment where slowing down to wait for this thing can actually be quite beneficial. I mean, you're not going to set any speed records by following this giant ball of dead enemies, but it can definitely help. Here's the door, where we get offered Spear and Parasol. I'll take Spear because I've battled one of these with Parasol before, I think. I hope that wasn't part of the failed recording. Ow. Ooh, that was close. I'm gonna finish him off with this. Because Spear Kirby can also basically be a helicopter. Kinda neat. But that's the tumor finished off. And now we move along to the end. So this episode's only like, half an episode over in time-wise. The initial one was properly length, but currently it appears to be 2 minutes long instead of 20 minutes. I really don't know what happened, but it's just all kinds of messed up. I'll come back and get this sphere at the end of the stage, like the end of the level anyway. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you all very much for watching. I need to go get this edited now. So, thank you all very much for watching, and I hope to see you again next time for more Kirby's Return to Dreamland. See you.